If you're someone who has a hard time keeping friends for longer than 3 months, if you're someone where when you walk into a networking event, the first thing you lead with is what you do for work, if you're someone where when you spend time with your family members or friends, you're typically dissociating, this is a book that you need to be reading. I listened to it with Libby. It is literally titled How to Know a Person by David Brooks. It's available on Amazon. The book is 304 pages. This book truly brought me to tears at one point. If you know someone who struggles with feeling seen, someone that struggles with depression, anxiety, and you don't know how to show up for them, you don't know what to do for them, if you've ever lost someone to them unaliving themselves, this is a book that will make you reconsider how you interact with people. It encourages you to take out the headphones when you're on public transportation and interact with people that are around you. If you're taking a flight and you know the flight is going to be for the next 3 hours, instead of sitting down and just digging your head into a book or just burying your head into whatever it is you're scrolling on, try interacting with the person beside you, because the book really goes to show how much people enjoy talking about themselves and how much you might learn from yourself through talking to someone else, to listening to someone else share their experiences and the highs and lows. And instead of just asking people simple questions to get to know them, like, what do you do for work? Or where's your hometown? You can ask them way more intricate questions that opens the door for them giving a way different response than you might have anticipated. So instead of asking someone like, how often do you eat fast food? Instead, you can ask them a question like, when is the last time you had a meal that made you feel like you were at home? Y'all, you will hear and see the person's eyes light up as they go down memory lane. They might start smiling because it's a question that catches them off guard. If you work in sales and you're trying to offer someone a product, instead of just saying like, hey, are you interested in a quote? Ask the person like, hey, when's the last time you checked to make sure that you're not overpaying? It makes people stop and actually think. It makes them actually interact with people. Now, don't go harassing people and make people talk to you that clearly are giving all the body language signals that they're not interested. That results may vary. But if someone seems even slightly available, talk to people, start conversations, especially if you have elderly people in the family that are mentally and cognitively still with it. Ask them questions about their family. Pull up the family tree on Ancestry.com. Ask them, do you remember your Uncle Joe, your Uncle Bud, your whoever, whatever? Listen to the stories that they pour out. The book just really, if you have any type of a heart and soul, the book causes you to become curious about the people around you, the people that live next door to you. It just makes you begin to realize we generalize people so much. We'll see a person and we'll be like, oh my gosh, they're a Christian, so they probably think X, Y, and Z. Oh my gosh, she's super modest in how she dresses, so she probably voted for Trump. And the problem with us generalizing people, you're putting people in these boxes that it's not showing who they are as a whole person. If someone has bipolar disorder, if someone is narcissistic, or if they struggle with anxiety, and if we just put them in this box of they're troublesome, they're toxic, they always got some nonsense going on, you might miss an opportunity to see them on a deeper level. Now, if somebody is abusing you in a toxic way, I am not saying try to find the humanity in them. If the abuse is involved, you need to be running the completely opposite way. But the book just really showed me there are so many different ways to skin a cat. There's so many different ways to have conversations with people and to connect with people. Wisdom truly comes through experiences and conversations. Sometimes it's not just a one-liner phrase or an idiom or a proverb that someone says to you. That could really be life altering and life changing for you. Sometimes it's just the vastness of the conversations that you can have with people and the depths that you go to instead of just having surface level conversations. Now, you can't have these deep conversations with everybody. You can't go and expect your mother, who's always been problematic and who's always giving you a hard time and who's never seen you as a human being, you can't go and have these conversations with her because it's going to do nothing but reiterate why you probably keep to yourself and why you might be introverted. Um, you really have to be mindful of the thoughts that we have, because sometimes, despite our feelings being true, our feelings might be genuine at times, our feelings might be valid, but it does not always mean that our feelings are giving way to the full spectrum of all the different things that might be at play. I absolutely adored this book. Losing someone to them unaliving themselves has affected me so much in the last 2.5 years. There was a part in this book where the author got very transparent and discussed his situation with when he had a lifelong friend that had struggled with depression. How at first your knee jerk reaction, if you've never had depression, your knee jerk reaction is probably going to be trying to cheer them up and trying to tell them, like, what are you depressed for? What are you sad for? You make $100,000 a year. Your wife makes $150,000. Your kids go to the best schools. You guys have a house that's paid off. trying to remind people of all the reasons they should be happy, sometimes that makes them feel worse. Sometimes that makes the depression worse. Um, your intentions might be good, but you might be doing them an injustice because they might know and they might acknowledge, like, yeah, I know that I have all those nice things. I know that my house is paid off and I vacation in Cabo and I have a vacation house at Martha's Vineyard, but I'm still depressed and I'm having a hard time getting out of bed. I don't have the energy to shower. I don't have the energy to take care of myself. I know that it should be easy and it's a little small, simple task that I shouldn't even be putting thought into it. But when I'm sitting on the side of the bed and I'm battling myself and having this emotional and mental war with myself to want to take care of myself, it can feel exhausting. So I'm sorry that I'm not happy at you reminding me of all the things I should be happy for. And sometimes our friends and family members may put on a brave face and a smiley face, and you might not even know what they are dealing with. You might not know how hard something is hitting them. Um, this book brought me to tears. It was it was an experience. I listened to it with Libby. This is a book that I would recommend to literally anyone. If you have a heart, if you have a soul, this is a book to read. I was listening to it while I was shopping. The store had a 50% off sale on clothes, and I was like, I'm about to rack up on me some dresses. Um, ooh, y'all, when I say tears came to my eyes up in the store, it took everything in me to fight back the urge to cry because the book was just, it slapped me in a way that I was not anticipating. I think I got in the car, the metaphorical car of this book, and I knew that it potentially could transform the way that I thought. I did not know that I was going to have such an emotional reaction. So I do want to say, go into the book with an open mind. Go into the book with the understanding of, if you read the book from start to finish, I promise you, you are not going to be the same person after. Let me know in the comments what other books I should be checking out. I did veer off from the Christian fiction that I've been reading a little bit, but I am heading back right now. Um, Absolutely adored this book. Absolutely enjoyed this book. I probably will order a physical copy because it's that good. This is one of those books where I'd love to be able to pass it along to my children or make sure that it stays in the household library because I feel like it can change you. It's a book that you can read over and over and over again. And I promise each day you'll walk away with a different perspective, with a different ideology that could really open doors for you, especially when you're networking, you're talking to people, you're engaging with people. You never know. Whatever little gems and nuggets that you might read in certain chapters, it might pop out in a conversation 6 months down the road, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, that reminds me of that book that I read. So, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I do drop book reviews at least twice a week. My name is French Allsbrooks. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, um, Threads. My books are on Amazon. They are Christian fiction, psychological thrillers, some Black love, slight urban fiction, some unhinged reads. I have a vast variety. Most of my books are 99 cents with Kindle Unlimited. Well, they're 99 cents. They're either on Kindle Unlimited or they might be free. So let me know in the comments what part of this book really stood out to you if you already read it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.